Hello, we're back. In episode 4, I said we would be talking about the Invader port to Linux on Raspberry Pi and also PC using Python and the Pygame library. I originally coded this on a Raspberry Pi 4, but it works on a PC without any code changes whatsoever. Okay, so here we are on the Raspberry Pi. This is Raspberry Pi 4, a 4 gigabyte model. This is the actual device right here. I've overclocked it to 1.9 gigahertz, and I put it in this little case with a fan on it. I also have a little replica NES controller connected, and a keyboard and mouse. These are the official Raspberry Pi keyboard and mouse. So this is a great little machine. I'm going to go ahead and show you what Invader looks like using Pygame. So we're going to open this up in Geany, which is an IDE for the Raspberry Pi operating system. And we're going to go ahead and launch that right here. And there we go. So now this is what Invader looks like on the Raspberry Pi. And that's what me dying looks like on a Raspberry Pi. Okay, we'll go ahead and let him take me out, and that's game over. And I can restart it with the other button there. Okay, so this is the Pygame website. It's pygame.org. I will leave links to all this stuff in the description. Also, these are the sprites. I mentioned in an earlier video that for some engines I created different versions of the Space Invader sprites. These are the 8x8 sprites that you're seeing here. I've also opened them up in GIMP so you can see them a little bigger here. I did all the editing for the graphics on this machine as well. So it's now, I did say this will also run on PC and Mac too. Let's take a look at the PC version. This was created on the Raspberry Pi and are the same exact files, just moved via thumb drive to here. I haven't tweaked a single line of code, and it just works on the PC, controller and all. Sorry I can't show you the Mac version, as I don't have a Mac, just a Raspberry Pi that looks like one. So I wanted to show you something cool that I picked up from Adafruit, an Esprino Bangle.js 2, a smartwatch, a hackable watch that can be programmed in JavaScript. I will eventually try to port, you guessed it, Invader to this device, so stay tuned. I also wanted to talk a little bit more about my working list I'm using to create this video series. I specifically wanted to focus on this area down here. The languages that we are looking at in the series. We'll be showing BASIC, including compiled BASIC for speed, blocks and nodes. We talked a little bit about blocks with Microsoft MakeCode Arcade in episode 2. Blocks and nodes are both examples of visual programming. We'll also see Invader in Lua, like we did for the Playdate handheld shown in episode 1. Python, including MicroPython and CircuitPython. Godot script that the Godot game engine uses. It's very similar to Python. Also C, C++, and assembly, 6502, and maybe some Z80, we'll see. Also C#, Pascal, and JavaScript. Now, these are orange because I have yet to actually work in these languages. So that about wraps up episode 5 of my journey in game programming. Please like and subscribe and leave any comments or suggestions you may have that could make these a better experience. Next episode, I will be showing a port of Invader for PC programmed in C using the raylib library and Notepad++ for the editor. Until then, bye. I'll talk to you next time.